Here we go. Welcome back to another Habs Nation podcast with the hockey coach Francis directly for the beautiful country of Thailand on amazing great Monday night, November 2024. We are back after we did and watched the Montreal Canadiens won for the score 7-5 against the Buffalo Sabres this afternoon during the Veteran Day holidays. And hopefully you guys have a great start of your week like the Montreal Canadiens because they finally stop the streak of 6 losses with a huge game in Buffalo. And this is good for the Montreal Canadiens as a team, good for the Montreal Canadiens fans, because many of you are right now tired of the Montreal losing game. And then, of course, for the media, they're going to share the record of the comments tomorrow morning and to talk about now the Montreal have played a silly game after they completely destroyed them on the radio or on TV last night, the day before. As whatsoever, the only talk about tonight Montreal Canadiens, of course, the subject of the night Montreal is about the finally a W for the Montreal Canadiens, and start with the captain Nick Suzuki. Great performance for the Montreal. Going to recap the game today. If you watch my video, the Montreal Canadiens separate Cole Caufield and Nick Suzuki. So far, good start because the Montreal Canadiens have a good performance against the Buffalo Sabres. So that's happening on the show tonight. I will be alone for the next 60-90 minutes. It's a marathon for me. I start last night at 8:30 time Thailand. So 8:30 your time this morning. And I watched Evan Demidov. I'm going to talk about him the next couple of minutes. Demidov played yesterday with the team SKA against Avant-Garde. And then after that, I take a break on 90 minutes. Then I watch the Montreal Canadiens with you guys until I finish my last report at 4:37 a.m. this morning. Because after the game, I usually do report on my X account on Twitter. And so then after that, I eat. And then I go to bed at 5:30. Wake up at 7:30. And now I'm doing the show. I love the Montreal Canadiens. And the most important thing, I love all of you come to the show every night to talk about the Montreal Canadiens. That's the reason we have to pop up every day. And the next time we show up is tomorrow night with Marco Larabi for the notebook for the Montreal Canadiens. So don't miss the show at 8:30 p.m. Tuesday night. And then following, guys, Laval Rocket Wednesday night. We're going to do the play-by-play, the Rochester American against the Montreal Canadiens, against the Laval Rocket. Thursday, we do the game, but the game started, guys, at 8 o'clock p.m. The Montreal play against the Minnesota Wild. And finally, Friday night, we're going to do the Laval Rocket again, or the play-by-play. And then finally, we're going to finish with the Montreal Canadiens Saturday against the Columbus Blue Jackets. So that's what I got for you guys on this week of the Hockey Nation and the Habs Nation. Before we start, we always welcome everybody, and I know we have a lot of people in the house tonight. First of all, we have Luciano Graziano is in the house tonight. Welcome back, Luciano. Hopefully an amazing, great start of the week, Luciano. He was with at the game afternoon with me on the play-by-play. And Mike Godet is in the house tonight. No more basement for Mike Godet. Welcome back, Mike. Glad to see you around. Luciano said 6-1 the Dallas over the Pittsburgh in second period. It was 6-0 after the first period. Stand the man back in the house in Primo the second coming of the red line. Resico. Stand the man. Remember André Resico for the Montreal Canadiens. Chris Henson is in the house. Welcome back, Chris. Primo now has a new nickname, the Red Line. The Red Light. How about that one? How about that? In our tap, knock the door. Hopefully, you're doing well, Mr. Nartap. Roger Bush-Bouchard, big fan of Montreal Canadiens, and he said the Montreal play well, except Primo. Coach fall asleep. Yeah, a couple hours, not much. Can I go to this? My head is spin all the time. It's crazy. I cannot have a... Why our head spin all the time? The Montreal Canadiens make my head spin too many times. Like thinking, the rumor, the trade, how they going to do this, how they going to fix this. I know. Imagine Martin Saint-Louis when you go to bed tonight. I'm just a guy and tight end thinking about the Montreal Canadiens 24 hours every day. Imagine Martin St. Louis him. He make a ton of money. I don't make a penny at all. my head spin like Martin St. Louis. That's another subject, another time. We have PLW is in the house. Huberdeau to score for the Flame tonight. Huberdeau. Jason Tell is an out they won, but it was not a good game. He took play another bad team. He lost a top payment, a top player mid game, and a defenseman. See, Jason, I see the game differently. I don't see that way, Jason. I see Montreal Canadiens play a solid game yesterday, and I'm going to tell you the reason in the next 10-15 minutes. Randy Walkman is in the house tonight. Welcome back, Randy. Thanks for all the like we got so far. And Rabinov is game like this that energize the fans, but need to see this consistently game after game. I agree with you. The Fleur take the lead, guys, 3-1 over the Sharks tonight. Thompson scored his second goal. Mishkov scored a goal tonight, back in the lineup. Konechny got a goal also for the Flyers. Eric Johnson scored assisted by Richard, Anthony Richard. Pittsburgh losing 6-1 against the Dallas Star. Interesting about that there. That's what we got on that, people in the chat. Thanks everybody to be a part of the show. Let's start with what we got here. First of all, Montreal Canadiens. I want to give you a bit more information. Some people asking me what's going on with Patrick Laine and RHP. But both of them are skating with the Montreal Canadiens. Now, not because they are skating, they are ready to play right away, right? I think for Patrick, it would take at minimum another 3 weeks before he play with the Montreal Canadiens. I don't see him before the Thanksgiving or at the beginning of December. That would be my expectation for him. RHP right now is with the Montreal Canadiens. This is a question of time for RHP. I think it could be another week, but expect RHP maybe before the Thanksgiving to be a part of the roster. We have a spot open for him, so we'll be interesting what RHP can bring with the team for the Montreal Canadiens. Play on the 4 line. We know RHP play some kind of specific area of the game for Martin Louis like to use RHP. There's a kind of player can jump in for the first line to the 4 line, play on the PK. For his size, he can bring something, some other dimension of the Montreal does not have since the beginning of the season, but we have to wait and be patient about RHP. Recovery is going to show up at the end of November, so he's not going to be ready right away. So, I'm talking about the shape, everything like that. So we have to be interesting what's happening there. Go, welcome back in the house. Thanks to be with us tonight. Primo was not his best, but someone the other night said defense are leaving goalie out of the try. It was right, Luciano. And attack coach, I thought it was only Luciano that made your head spin about that one. And then we have Shea Weber on the Hall of Fame. Then we have Luc Fortin is in the house. Welcome back. I'm waiting, guys. Everybody on the chat. Marco Larabie is in the house. Butch, a very good game today. The Habs expect Primo. Jason Argid does not belong in the NHL for Jason. Dach invisible again today. And nice remembrance, Randy, and ceremony in Calgary. So that's what we got, guys. I read everything like that. Every Monday, guys, I do a 3-star of the week. Maybe you're missing that yesterday. But all my 3-star of the week does not include the game today. So don't forget about that. Brendan Gallagher have a 3-goal, 3-point last week. Leonardson play an average of 23 minutes and 31 seconds last week. Alex Newhook have 2 goals, 2 points, and 8 shots on the net. For the Laval Rocket, For the Laval Rocket, we got last week. Laval Rocket finished the week with a 2-1-0. And Alex Barry-Boulet have 1 goal, 2 point, 2 assists, 3 points last week. 10 shots on the net for Barry-Boulet. Have 1 goal on the shootout Friday night. Xavier Zimono have 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points. And Adam Ekstrom have a great game Saturday. 2 assists, 2 points with 8 shots on the net for Adam Ekstrom. On the pipeline, this is all about Jacob Fowler. Fowler have 2 Ws on the weekend, 1 shootout, have an average of 1.26 and save percentage of 950. He was the player of the week in NCAA on the EACH. And then Samaris saw 3 goals on the weekend, a 3-point lead to NCAA with the most goals this season with 9 goals in 9 games. I believe he had 4 assists for a total of 13 points. And finally, Logan Sawyer got 2 assists with the Providence France. That would give him, I think, 3 assists in the beginning of the season with the team Providence for Logan Sawyer. Very quiet during the weekend of the for Tyler Thorpe, Owen Potts. Many players in Europe play on the different tournament like the Five Nations. Example, Burvis, Rower, Quivo. I think Eriksson also play on that nation tournament in Finland. Then you have the tournament in Russia where Volenkin left the KHL to play during the weekend. The Future Russia Cup, if I can recall it. That's just want to give you a bit what's going on with its front player on the pipeline. We'll talk about the pipeline of Montreal Canadiens at the end of the show and the Laval Rocket. Why? Because I'm going to give you a bit more information about what would be the future Montreal Canadiens. So that's happening about that on that one. Let's see what we got in the chat, guys. About that, there's a think he played a good game, Luciano. Couple of nice rush. I think Dach have a good game overall. 2 assists yesterday on the 2 goals of the Nick Suzuki. But I think he was more in possession of the puck. Create some kind of rush, like Marco said, on the offensive side. Play a good game overall. David Robinson is in the house. David, hopefully you're doing well. Glad to see you, my friend. Hopefully you're going to come back more often. Lucien talk about Lane Hudson. Ron Wicking is in the house. Welcome back, Ron. Thanks for being with us. Samaris looking like a steel pizza. We're going to talk about Samaris a little bit later, guys. We're going to give you the reason why I believe you have to be a little bit patient and not to try sometime to jumping all the way too high on the expectation or the prospect from Montreal Canadiens. But Pizza, we said to you, Samaris have a good start of the season. Tony Samaris shoot left. Tony DeMarc, welcome back in the house. And after that, Slafkovsky have more points today. Trick Shane Wright does all season with same amount of the game play. And after that, he's looking for Rick Bengal. The Sharks cut the lead now 3-2. Right now, between the Flyers and 2 teams below are the Montreal Canadiens, or they are right now in the race for the Montreal Canadiens. Next subject, Evan Demidov, 0 point, last 4 games for Evan Demidov. And Demidov had played yesterday 13 minutes and 55 seconds. Play on the second line with Ovechkin and Plenikov. If you watch this game, he shot 4 times on the net. Demidov active, Demidov intense. Demidov looked good with the team. But the problem is SKA. The SKA lost the last 4 games. Have only 1 point in overtime. And Rottenberg does not have any goaltender. Maybe Caden Primo could play with the team SKA. I think it would be an increasing at least the talent as a goaltender, because their goaltender like over there not looking good. They have no chemistry yesterday again. The execution is not there. I think Rottenberg should shaking the line and not to keep the line all together. But Rottenberg is Rottenberg. Like, this coach, guys, is like, really? But it is what it is for Rottenberg and the team SKA. At least he used Dimitrov. He does not use him on the power play. Yesterday he played 13 seconds of the power play because he was the end of the one shift. He want to restart. We have a good chemistry with Kuznetsov, but again, like the SKA, they cannot complete. But I like the way he competes. Dimitrov is the fastest skater on the ice most of the time. But the talent and of the KHL is so. Not the cell is not bad, but the team concept is really strange for the SKA with the head coach. Roger Delaney is in the house tonight. Welcome back, Roger. Thanks to be with us. He is looking good, Marco, for Clark. Larry Lavalley is in the house. Welcome back. Thanks to be with our Canadian show. But you pick up Mikko Eskinen. Eskinen looking good. Scored a goal tonight, second goal. But he does not have a great start of the season. By the way, we're going to talk now about the Montreal Canadiens, the recap game. Montreal Canadiens played yesterday by the score, beat the Buffalo Sabres by the score 7-5 yesterday. Great game overall for the Montreal Canadiens. And the score does not show exactly what happening. Honestly, if you did not watch the game and you only see the score, so, oh my God, 7-5 was really a close game. But we have a different thing happening. For the last couple of games, some players did not have 0 goals, 0 points, 4, 5, 6, 7 game. With the Montreal Canadiens on that streak of 6 games, we are looking for the first line, for some defensemen for the Montreal Canadiens, the goaltender, and we put this all together. And honestly, what happened yesterday, Nick Suzuki finished the game with 4 points, 2 goals, 2 assists. Why? Because he got an assist added by the NHL after the game on the last goal of the night when Dvorak scored an empty net. Where I believe this could be the video forever on the history and NHL if Dvorak didn't score the goal, because Anderson, guy, he have an empty net. Like Anderson have an empty net. He had no goalie. And Anderson lost the puck. He tried to please Suzuki to have a hat trick. And then at the end, he got catch up from behind. And Anderson lose the puck. Finally, recovery, bring the puck back to Dvorak, and he scored. Could be, a really bad video for a long time. But at the end, they put the puck in the net. Slafkovsky, 3 points yesterday, 3 assists for Slafkovsky. 11 points in the beginning of the season for Slafkovsky. Caufield had 2 goals. Is 11 and 12 of the season. Dach had 2 assists yesterday on the 2 goals of Nick Suzuki. We have Josh Anderson scored the first goal of the game on the breakaway. Put the puck over the glove of the UPL. And they have also 1 assist on the last goal of the game on the empty net of Dvorak. Dvorak have 2 goals, 2 points, 1 goal, 1 assist for Dvorak. He have an assist on the Anderson goal, and he scored the last goal of the game. And then Lennartson produced 2 points yesterday during the game, 1 on the power play. And that's happening the best player. We have Heineman scored a goal also for the Montreal Canadiens. Yesterday, his 3rd goal of the season for Heineman. TH is in the house tonight. Welcome back. Thanks to be a part of the show. Now, I want to talk about the other side. Primo, guys, a save percentage of 643. I'm going to repeat. Primo have a save percentage of 643. Now, if you look about the game, right, if you pay attention, guys, the Buffalo have, I believe, 18 shots on the net yesterday. He was removed after the fifth goal. Montembeault finished the game and won the game. Montembeault did not give any goal for the rest of the game. I believe that game could be at least a minimum of 3 or 4 goal differential at the end of the day. Now you go say, oh yeah, but UPL was not really good also at the same percentage of 778. You're right about that, but I think Montreal Canadiens, the puck position was there. There was more in control. There was more on the have a better high danger scoring chance. And that's the reason I believe Montreal could win easily, like I don't know, like 6-3 example, or 7-3 or 6-2. Madison, guys, first of all, Power, -4 yesterday. Power is a first round pick overall. This is his third year in NHL. Have 3 goals, 7 assists, and 10 points in the beginning of the season. But he finished last night with a -4. But why we talk about Owen pick, Owen Power? Because some of you questionable about Juraj Slavkovsky, his first overall pick by the Montreal Canadiens. Some of you question maybe Slavkovsky should not play with the Montreal Canadiens. Some of you thinking Slavkovsky struggle, and some of you thinking Slavkovsky never reached his full potential with the Montreal Canadiens. That's what I read here constantly on the chat about Slavkovsky. Bad year, no effort, looking bad, and I can go move on with many comments about Slavkovsky. The kid have 11 points and 13 games. Slavkovsky lead with any other player at the NHL draft on the gameplay, on the goal, on the assist, on the point. If you look about the first overall pick, Owen Power. If you look about the first overall pick, Alexis Lafrenière, look their career in NHL. Since they start the first game in NHL, and then compare the number of the point of Juraj Slavkovsky with Owen Beck, with Jack Hughes. Now I know Slavkovsky would be Jack Hughes, but as Slavkovsky, guys, I'm always try to stay calm about Slavkovsky when you comments that way. The kid is only 20 years old playing NHL, and we're still complaining about Slavkovsky. The kid, again, is only 20 years old, playing only over 100 games in NHL. But that's what we heard. That's why there was behind that, coach. But we have to be patient. We have to be patient. I'm going to repeat again. We have to be patient with the development, the progression of the prospect in NHL. It's never going to be that way. It's not because they have a great second half of the season, the Montreal Canadiens, the fans will expect Slavkovsky to step up this year right away and score 6 goals. Now, he's behind on the goal, yes, 1 goal only. But the last 4 games, Slavkovsky have an opportunity to put the puck in the net. He have touched the puck. How many times Martin Louis talk about touch? He does, Slavkovsky. So, again, it's not because Montreal won 7-5. Now we're going to win the Stanley Cup, and Montreal going to turn around that playoff, that season all the way. But I think sometimes we have to be patient with the development of a young player at 20 years old. If you look about the selection of Simon Nemec, David Jiricek, Connor Gauthier, Shane Wright, Logan Coley close. But do you think Colin Coley will be a great player for the Montreal on the playoff when the Montreal going to make the playoff compared to Slavkovsky? I'm not sure. I'm going to talk about the NHL draft Montreal Canadiens at the end of the show, still until then, because I have a couple of great news for the Montreal Canadiens. Now, we don't look about the point, but you know what? I look about the point because when you have a point, you touch the puck. When you touch the puck, because you are involved with the puck right there. It's not perfect, but the kid is 20 years old, Marco, and we still continue to talk against Slafkovsky. He's 20 years old. He's only played 3 years in NHL. The kid's going to make mistake as a rookie. He's going to make mistake because he's not played with many years in NHL. But why to complain about a kid 20 years old after he have already 11 points? By the way, the point is not everything. So Kucherov had 144 points last year, but he's finished with +8. So Kucherov have a really bad year because the point does not count. So for what Marco said right now, the point is not important. It's about how they play. So Kucherov finished with +8 with 144 points. So Kucherov is not a very good player because he produced points, but he gave a lot of goals when he's on the ice. But in Montreal, it's not count. Montreal, you have to be always perfect. You have to be consistency perfect. You have to be play like Guy Lafleur. You have to think about the 5 Cup in Montreal in 1937. And this because we're complaining about everything. We're complaining about everything. The kid is 20 years old. Not good enough. 15 games this season, 11 points, not good enough. Maybe it's the reason why we have 6 losses in the last 7 games. That's maybe Juraj Slafkovsky. First overall pick. Maybe we should bench him or L2 scratch him. Or maybe send a Laval. Maybe. I don't know. Anyhow, Mike Madison. It's not a Mike Madison this season like he was the last 2 seasons with Montreal Canadiens. More like last season. I think Mike Madison played better. And this year he struggled. Is it an injuries? Is it because he played too many minutes? Is it because he's always on the ice? Is more exposed to see by the fans with his mistake, inconsistency? This is the veterans versus a young player like 20 years old. Madison should not be the same way we see Slafkovsky in NHL. And Madison considered to be one of the top best defensemen for the Montreal Canadiens by the time he used by Martin St. Louis. Honestly, is not looking good. Like, on the 16 game they play, I think Madison have 3, maybe 3 good games this season. And he start with, by his TY, too many minutes. Use him on power play, on the PK, on everything. 5 versus 5, 5 versus 4, 4 versus 3. It's just Madison is everywhere. It's just normal because you play too many minutes. You not be at 100%. A turnover machine for Madison. On the power play, guys, he cannot see the seam on the power play. Like a shot of Madison, guys. I should check the edge before the game, before the show start for Madison. Madison is shot at the blue line. Missed the puck and missed the net many times. Block shot many times, and he turned over the puck. Yesterday, guys, on the goal, one he has Kaden Cody on his right side. I don't know if it was Peterka goal. Madison got beat at the blue line, guys. He did not have no clue where to go. Cody was about 3 feet. Cody have to tell him, cover Peterka. I think that's Peterka in the 5-0 against Primo. So Mike Madison, guys, he had the Montreal Canadiens where they are at 5-9-2, I believe now. It's one of the reasons why Mike Madison of his performance overall, where the Montreal where they are today. because he's supposed to be your best defenseman. He's not supposed to be Lane Hudson. Lane Hudson played 18 games in the NHL and played like the 9 years or the 11 year of Mike Madison in the NHL. So if Mike Madison cannot wake up, it's going to be a long season for the Montreal Canadiens. Now, I don't say Mike Madison is the first defenseman, number one, but that's what we got. That's what we have. It's a bit like Nick Suzuki. Nick Suzuki, if he cannot perform like he did yesterday, but Montreal is going to have a long season because the line you have after that is Jake Evans. Send Jake Evans play on the second line. Jake Evans is not the same kind of player. Why? Because now he faced to the best player to opponent team. The reason Alex Newhook does not have a good start because he played on the second line. And that line play with the best player against opponent team. Because the talent on the second line, Montreal Canadiens, is not there. That's the reason where they are today. Now, Cooley at -3, guys. The reason I put this, because Marco said yesterday, and I agree with him, about the fact sometimes the -3 of the game, like yesterday for Caden Cooley, you have to be honest, it's because we have une passoire en français dans les buts, en français, Caden Cooley, the André Recico, the red line, the red lights for the Montreal Canadiens, Primo. And sometimes you get a minus because of that situation. With 7 goals yesterday, Montreal should have more players with plus on the record. But it's not happening yesterday, unfortunately. And I don't want to blame too much Caden Cooley. And the good news yesterday about Caden Cooley, the Montreal Canadiens, they decide to put Caden Cooley on the left side of the defenseman, and they put Mike Madison on the right side. Then they change again the line of the pairing. But this is happening with Caden Cooley. Now, I want to finish with Jekai. Many of you thinking I don't like Jekai, and you think I'm really hard on Jekai, everything like that. Look, when I talk about Jekai, it's because what I see from my eyes about Jekai. Right? My point I want to talk about Jekai, guys, is this point. Jekai plays a specific role in Montreal Canadiens. He's not playing a role of the skilled and talented players. That's who is not Jekai. When I said that, in my opinion, Jekai could become a good defenseman, third pairing in NHL with any team. But it's like Slafkovsky example, or put any prospect Montreal Canadien, right? If you put Slafkovsky play only 10 minutes per game and put him only at different situation in the game, right? But Slafkovsky does not go to have the same kind of the result like he has right now. And that's happening with Jekai. When we have a Madison struggle with 25, 26, 27 minutes, you have a same position player like Madison, left defenseman like Jekai. But Jekai is not normal. He play only 10 minutes and 24 seconds. Now, said that, it's not Jekai play really, really bad. He make mistake, but Hudson make a mistake yesterday. Madison make a lot of mistake yesterday. Strabo make mistake. Cooley make mistake. And Savard make mistake. I think for me, they don't give the same recognize or the same punishment to Jekai versus the rest of the defensemen. Now, I don't want Jekai play 20 minutes, but I think they could give him a better use of Jekai on the ice. My only problem, well, it's not my only problem. We know what Jekai need to improve. His first pass example. A better decision making. But this is a part of development. Better position on the shootout, on the shutdown, 1 versus 1. That's again, it's another skill wise and NHL need to improve. Why I'm a little bit concerned about Jekai. His role with the Montreal Canadiens is to be physical. The role of Jekai is to shaking a lineup where they are sleepy on the bench. And I don't see that for Jekai. And many penalty he got the shake, guys. It's a little bit like an elastic all the way to the left, to the right, and the referee, oh, it's Jekai, 2 minutes. Oh, Jekai, I sick, 2 minutes. Jekai, it does not give them, they don't give to Jekai the same stuff like they gave to any other player in NHL. Said that, Jekai need to be more physical. Jekai need to hit big hit. Jekai, after the whistle, go in the face to other players. I don't want to Jekai fight for fight, but I want Jekai to be more intense, like more like that's what the kind of player I'm looking for Jekai. And the fans, that's what they want. This is the only thing I will say complaining about Jekai. And that's the reason why they believe it's 10 minutes they play only. I think that's not fair. I think it's not right. If you want to develop Jekai to become one of your top 6 defensemen, it's not to use him 10 minutes going to change everything. Anything. The way they use Jekai, guys, I'm going to be concerned how you're going to see Jekai with the Montreal in the next 3 years. That's the reality behind that. But again, I don't have the right answer, but I just want to give you a little bit more the perspective of the game yesterday between the Montreal and the Buffalo Sabres. Now, I want to give you guys my stood out players. I want to give you, I forgot something here. After the game, Lane Hudson became the second rookie and the number of the point. Now, Mishkov scored a goal tonight, so Mishkov is number 2 and Hudson number 3. Slafkovsky lead with 12 points. Mishkov is 11 points, I believe now. And Hudson is at 10 points with the Montreal Canadiens and the race of the nomination of the Calder Trophy. Caufield is number 1 with the most goals in NHL. Not bad for Caufield. Nick Suzuki have 1 point per game so far. I believe he has 16 points in 15 games. Not a bad overall. Do we need more for Nick Suzuki? Yes, because he's a veteran, he's a captain. Nick Suzuki does not play like he's supposed to play. Nick Suzuki is not a playmaker like he was supposed to play. Nick Suzuki is not a play driver like he's supposed to be. Nick Suzuki fouled more often this year on the ice like I never see in his first couple of years with the Montreal Canadiens. Nick Suzuki does not play very well on the face-off. Nick Suzuki Corsi is not very great, but he still accumulates points and he's still performing at some level. The inconsistency Nick Suzuki brings some kind of, the negative around him. But we need a Nick Suzuki to have a better year overall for the Montreal Canadiens. Finally, my 3-star of the night, or my player, we call this the stood out and the obscure and at the office, guys. For me, it's Nick Suzuki yesterday. Nick Suzuki should play that way all the time. Not set to get 4 points, but Nick Suzuki more involved in the game, more intense, compete more, run that team all the way as a captain, show lead by example. This is what I'm looking for Nick Suzuki, and yesterday he did it. And congratulations for Nick Suzuki. At least he pop up a good solid game. Can he consist the next game? Would be interesting to see that, but it is what it is. The obscure for me is Heineman. That line sent Condotta back in the lineup with the Montreal Canadiens with Heineman and Armia. It's not a bad team. It's not a bad line at all. I like the intensity. I like the level of the competition. They have opportunities. Maybe yesterday Condotta have a little bit first game where he does not play the same level. But Armia yesterday have a good game for the Montreal Canadiens. And Heineman scored his 3rd goal of the season. And Heineman intense. Heineman physical yesterday. A great pass by Lane Hudson. A great shot by Heineman. And that's the reason I gave him an obscure. You have other players, maybe you can talk about obscure. But I think for me it's a great one if you think about the game happening yesterday. It's the time you can share it with me. You you stood out and you obscure and you at the office. And no doubt, guys, at 100% and maybe 500%, we all agree yesterday, Caden Primo is the guy have to be at the office and maybe be ready to come with his luggage. We're going to talk about the situation with Caden Primo the next couple of minutes. So that's a thing about that. Boomerang, the menace of the player are because the Zet Primo. Alex is in the house. Zef is in the house. Pierre Martin is in the house. A lot of comments in the chat. Did not follow up, guys, because I'm focused on what I'm supposed to do. I don't think so in our top. I don't see in our top Jekai as a forward. Michael, welcome back, by the way. Larita Valley, welcome back. Peter Pensano is in the house, guys. I try to pick up everything here. Dan is in the house. Welcome back. Mark Elliott is in the house. Now a lot of comments talk about left and right, guys. I appreciate that. All your comments you make. Don't forget, please, to click on the like if you don't mind. Marco, I will say to you no. But now it's easy to say to you no. But I can understand your point of view about that. Because I think Marco and many of you see the Montreal Canadiens to have a better performance of the goaltender. And that's the reason I believe Montreal are who they are, because also the goaltending is not there this year. Salut, Boomerang. Boomerang, the last 5-6 games, he make only one comments per show at the play-by-play. Another debandade for the Montreal. Boomerang, I don't read, I don't said this on the show, but I read your comments all the time, and I laugh all the time when you said that, Boomerang. About that. And that's happening, guys, for the recap game for the Montreal Canadiens. You know, I was so excited to be back at the weekly report with NRTAP. Now, we talk about the game. Montreal going to play against Minnesota. Montreal going to play against Columbus. And next Monday, they play against Edmonton Oilers. Minnesota does not play at the same level. But after the win yesterday, the game was at 12:30 p.m. They have a big news from Georges Dach, Maxime Truma, Marco D'Amico. Georges Dach opened the door Sunday night. Be ready, fans. You're going to be happy. I'm going to bring you a big news. That rumor came also with Maxime Truma. Took a picture of a friend or someone make a picture. I don't know exactly what's going on. But the rumor finally get out at 12:30 or 12 o'clock, the time I was going to do the game. And then it was said, this news for the Montreal Canadiens. Gerard Gallant was viewed in Toronto dinner, a souper in French, with Ken Hughes, Martin Saint-Louis. That was the rumor yesterday afternoon. So, the fans jumped right away quickly on that rumor until later. I don't know how this get out by Ken Hughes, but Ken Hughes said, I never talked with Gerard Gallant in my life. Then he said, the last time I see Gerard Gallant, it was at the awards trophy NHL, I believe, at 2021. I could be wrong on the or maybe 2023. I could be wrong on the year, but that's what Ken Hughes see the last time Gerard Gallant. Now, after that, Larac, Maxime Trouma said, but Ken Hughes cannot say anything about that because I believe Ghana still is underpaid with the New York Rangers. Now, maybe you're right. You cannot see that. Ken Hughes, he made them. But it's the same rules from the NHL if you talk to him or if you see him. So I don't know what is the final rumor about that, but this coming again, I will repeat, by the media in Montreal. Georges Larac, BPM Sport, and then Maxime Trouma, where he is around everywhere and complaining about the number of the viewers every freaking game for Maxime Trouma. Maxime Trouma likes to steal the pot, by the way. I just want to say that to you. So this is what we got in Montreal, the expert and analyst of the Montreal Canadiens, and that was coming from the Georges Larac and Maxime Trouma. Now, I didn't have no comments about that. Why? Because honestly, I don't know. I don't know who is right. I don't know who is wrong. But this is what we heard yesterday. Nicolas de Gouby-Bonneau is in the house. So the Cavs, the guy played Nick well. It's Madison who is a turnover machine. And after you talk about the great for the skating for the Montreal, not bad yesterday. Was more involved. Maybe one of the best games for the Montreal about their skating, intense, compete. It was a game where the I said at the beginning of the third period, guy was 5-4 if I can recall it properly, or no, it was 4-3. I said, don't be surprised this game finished 6-5, and the winner of this game is going to be the goaltender make the last save of the game. That's happening, honestly, about that. Hey, Gordon. But I think, Mark, I think they told him to pay attention, to maybe to be a little bit more caution. But at the end of the day, right, you need to be physical. It's not because the team said, be careful. You cannot hit a guy in the corner. Be careful, maybe after the whistle, nothing wrong to jumping and maybe push someone. If you're losing 4-0 or 3-0, what we need is a sparks on the ice. And Jekai can do that. Jekai can run after Ren Reese and tell him, hey, buddy, it's showtime. Showtime, Ryan. But no, Jekai is a passive guy. David Savard yesterday against Toronto, I think the score was 3-0 at that time. Domi tried to fight Savard. As a veteran Savard, don't hesitate. Jump on Domi. Sparks. We need a moment in the game. This is what I'm said about Jekai. It's not like negative, but this is what they are. Their role is who they are. Josh Anderson, same thing. A big hit. You don't have the guys to fight every time, but create some sparks on the ice, some fireworks, right? And I think that's what is missing for the Montreal at some moment during the game. Marco said Ghana won't be the right guy anyway. Marco completely agree if they use him as an assistant coach. As an advisor, I don't know. But I think they have enough advisor. And Rabinaf, how good is James Higgins? Really, really good. I would say to you, in the same class like Cédric Briné. Not at the same level like Bedard. But that's what my feeling about him. I'm going to start, guys, to do more video about the top 7 best NHL drafts so far, um, for the NHL draft. Great point, Jason. Claude Richard back in the house. Welcome back. I disagree with you, Jason. James again have a good year, Jason. Why the reason they are questionable about James, about him, is because Michael Misa have a fantastic year. That would bring a little bit more closer a guy like Porter Martin, um, Sheffer, and also Michael Misa. The Dallas Stars scored a goal at 7-1, I believe. You're right, Marco. You don't want him to use that kind of. Jack Devine have the most point in NCAA with 17. Aiden Thompson has 17 points. I'm going to give you a story about Aiden Thompson. So Thompson was born in Fort Collins in Colorado. And Aiden Thompson, I moved from Aspen to Boulder to be a part of the our youth organization. And also, we be a part of the junior team as a coach over there. But they gave me a team, a double A U10, U10 that year as a head coach, but only when I can because I was traveling with the junior team. Short story anyway. Have a really good team. Have a really good players on my team. But the Fort Collins was a better team. Honestly, two of them play at the NCAA. One of them guy was Aiden Thompson, and now play with the Denver University. But we shut down them, and we won the championship of the state by a score 6-2. I still remember, 6-2. On my team, I have 4 players right now play in NCAA on the Division One. Canada produced a lot of great players, by the way. And Rabinov about Jacky, I think he have a difficult time because his mobility is not great to find a seam on the net. Many times, Jacky gets stopped the puck, block shot by the opponent team this year compared last season. I could be wrong, but what I see. But if Marco, that's the way you see him, that's not a good thing for Jacky to be with the Montreal Canadiens. If Jacky play only to be a skilled player, forget about that. He's not going to be more at what we got so far. And it's not play him 10 minutes per game, he's going to develop Jacky. I'm sorry about that, but he's better to play Laval and play 20 minutes, 22 minutes, and to be a good player with Laval Rocket, because right now, at 10 minutes per game, and you tell him, don't do that, don't do this, be careful, be careful. The guy, what he can do? What he can do? You have to live with those kind of, it's like Chris Nyland and John Gordick tell him, hey, Nyland, be careful, buddy. You cannot take the bad penalty. Do you really believe we have to hold Chris Nyland? If Martin Sweet do that, this is not good. Because that affects his play right now. That's the reason he played 12 minutes, because I cannot do that, guys. He told me if I do this, I'm not good. If you want to have a guy protect your players, but you have to be sure that player play his role with the Montreal Canadiens. And that role for me is to be physical, to go in the face to opponent players. After the whistle, push someone. Go there, be more intense, compete more to make that reason why Jacky is in the lineup. Show. The other player guy does not like Jacky. But a Jacky, like, try to be Mike Madison, does not work. In my opinion. And I've always been tough on Jacky, guys. It's like ask a Cole Caufield. Caufield, put the puck in the net, but also I want you to have 3 hits per night. To really believe, you have to live with Cole Caufield to be bad on the defensive side. You cannot make a Cole Caufield to be Ron Francis in NHL. You cannot ask a Cole Caufield to be Patrice Bergeron. By the way, guys, talking about Slafkovsky, Wild Johnson scored only his second goal of the year. By Montreal, Slafkovsky, not good enough. By Wild Johnson, only 2 goals this year. Escanum have finally scored 2 goals tonight. 5 points for Mason Marchman. Marchman, 1 goal, 4 assists. What a great contract for Matt Duchene. Duchene, guys, was a great by the Dallas Star. And Rapinov, he looked like that way right now with the pace of this. So the rumor guys is Gerald Guerin. Let's move on. For the last 1 year and a half, I believe, at least for 1 year, I had a lot of conversation with Roy about Samuel Montembeault and about the goaltender with the Montreal Canadiens. Last year was a ménage à 3. A Samuel Montembeault, a Kaden Primo, and a Jake Allen. Montreal Canadiens does not want to lose Kaden Primo for some reason. Yesterday at the show, I said Montreal Canadiens have a bad evaluation of different things with the team, with the players. Montreal Canadiens last year, they decided to go with Kaden Primo over Jake Allen. Maybe they take a risk to thinking Samuel Montembeault is a goaltender number 1 in NHL. And they really believe they thinking Kaden Primo is a backup number 2 in NHL. This is the evaluation from the last season and during summer. This is the reason I said Montreal make a bad evaluation yesterday. They let go Monahan to thinking Kirby Dach will take the spot of Sean Monahan. They let go Kovacevic because they are thinking Barron is going to use the spot at Kovacevic. They let go Jordan Harris because they are thinking Strubble would take a better job over Jordan Harris. This is what I said yesterday is a bad evaluation for the management last season to come to the season. Now, Kaden Primo, out or not? Oh, I don't want you to see that yet. Forget about that. Forget about that. We'll be back with that comments a bit later. Kaden Primo, guys. This is his stat this year with the Montreal Canadiens. He played 7 games. One of the 7 games, he backed up twice Montembeault, by the way. He had 1 win. He had a save percentage of 845. He have a goal against average of 4.67. With all the goaltenders have a minimum of 4 games in NHL. He is the worst at the goal against average. For all the goaltenders with 4 games with a save percentage, he is last, not the last one, Seavalve. Is it Seavalve? With the Vancouver Canucks, the goaltender, had the worst save percentage with a minimum of 4 games. But Primo is right there after him. By the way, guys, do you know the next goaltender with a save percentage like Primo? Alexander Gorgiev for the Vancouver from the Colorado Avalanche with an 8.51. Anyhow, Primo, first game, 793 save percentage. I did not put the goal, by the way. Let me see if I have this. No, I don't have it. So the first game, guys, at 793, he gave 6 goals. The second game, he had 9-17. He lost and shootout, he gave 3 goals. The next game, he played against the Rangers, is 9-14. At that game, he packed up the Montembeault. He gave 3 goals. The next game, 8-85. He gave 3 goals only on 26 shots, and he get the W there. After that, he has 769, 3 goals and 13 shots. He have 824. He has 6 goals and 34 shots. And yesterday, guys, he gave 5 goals and 15 shots for a save percentage of 643. This is Kaden Primo's stat, guys. This is why the Montreal Canadiens, where they are, is the performance the goaltender, Samuel Montembeault, have a save percentage of 8.6 something, or maybe 8.17, maybe 8.70. Can you go with Montembeault and Primo and thinking at the beginning of the season you have a good 0 enough to play a solid and to be in the mix? I don't know. I'm not an expert in goalies. I've never been a coach in goalies. I learned from Sabres and Breyer a couple of things, but I don't know. But Primo does not look good only about the stat, body language, behavior, position, track the puck. I can go all the way like this. Consistency to give back-to-back goal since the beginning of the season. It's a bad evaluation, Marco. If you don't see if you believe, really believe, Primo and Montembeault was a solid duo in NHL, and they don't perform like they're supposed to do. What do you think is? It's not an evaluation. It's not a way to see them. They see them. Are the Montreal Canadiens players and the management thinking too high about themselves? Because all of them said to us, it's going to be a great year. It's going to be a team in the playoff. And the mix and the maybe make the playoff. They're going to compete. So for me, this is an evaluation. This is what he said at the beginning during the summer. He said, look, that's what we got here. Can we trade Kovacevic? Do we need better at Primo Montembeault? No. We're fine with them. We'll be okay with them. Are we good enough with Trouble, Barron, Hudson, Jekai? Are we fine with Kirby Dach, second line, with Alex Newhook, second line? If this is not an evaluation, Marco, what it is? What is the right word to set up your roster for the upcoming season, Marco? It's the management said we try to be in the mix. Nick Suzuki said game number 82. Next year we're going to compete. Next year we're going to be there. Let's see what we got in the chat. Steven, Primo would be gone in the off-season if they let him go before. It will be because they go another more expensive waiver on the off value. Primo is on his last contract year. He become RFA at the end. So, Primo last year, right? It looked like he started 23 game or he was a part of the 23 game. On the 23 game Marco Primo start last year, 10 of the 23 have a below a 900 save percentage. 10 of the 23. So this is almost one game, every 2 games, Primo does not perform at below game save percentage. This is the stat of Primo last year. So Primo, inconsistency. That was the word about Primo. This is the evaluation I can see by the number. But the Montreal Canadiens decide Primo be fine. Is at, you just said, 9-10. And to have a good defense, if that's what we currently have struggling with. Welcome back, Ryan. But last year they played at 3 years. I think Ryan at the end, Primo development was just not to be reached the level maybe the Montreal Canadiens fan expect or the management. Great point off top. Roy, I think at some point you're right about that. Great point, Mark. Marco, the patient is to rebuilding. You cannot go with players that not should play in NHL. They are thinking of Montreal Canadiens are thinking to go the next step. But you cannot go with the goaltender they have. It was already guaranteed and that success not going to be there. They go with the this year with two goaltenders, never play on the basic constantly in NHL. Never play that role. I think a Monahan inside the Montreal Canadiens or a player with more experience will help in Montreal. They try. They get Patrick Laney. Yeah, nothing wrong, Marco, to keep Kovacevic, example, and to send Strobel and the American Hockey League one more year. Strobel play only for the 4 game. So my point behind that is now there was take a lot of risk to go that year and to thinking this thing is going to be better compared last season, or you're going to have a progression with the team they have. It was a big risk to take. They play like a poker game. They put all the money on the table, said, look, to be at 82 point, everything have to be perfect. Good season could be that. Play the same role like Sean Monahan. Have to be sure the goaltender play at the same level they did last year on the goal save percentage. Have to be sure Nick Suzuki, Cole Caufield, Slafkovsky have a great year, all three together. Have to be sure the the defenseman scored the same number of the goal. We did all summer exercise by line how many goals they need. And the Montreal Canadiens last night, they have only a one defenseman with 1 goal. Lane Hudson and Mike Madison have 0 goal this year. This is supposed to be your offensive players. Now, if you want to go that way, Marco, with young players, but why they keep Dvorak? Why they keep Armia? Let play Owen Beck. No. Montreal Canadiens did not see that was the roster like they was supposed to play. This is maybe, in my opinion, too much high expectation of what the roster they have in front of them and thinking they are going to be fine this year. For me, this is a bad evaluation. It's not because you trade Kovacevic to open the spot. If you look about I'm going to get there the next couple of minutes, guys, how you build a team for rebuilding team. And I'm going to surprise you about that in the next couple of minutes. Why the Montreal Canadiens are different. Peter, what I said since the beginning of the season, guys, is again, it's not about who I like, what I don't like. I'm talking about the management evaluate the team at one way and did not perform the way they was expect. This year, I said to you, what Kovacevic bring at the New Jersey from Patrick Lawhite is not to be a Norris Calder trophy. He's a good third pairing defenseman. And last year, I said the plus of Kovacevic does not resonate with his performance. But he stabilized the third pairing. That's what I said. Hey, too. I'm still awake, my friend. Is it Lemieux? Hey, too. I check about this and Rabinov, and then honestly, if you look about that, the best team he played last year, the Rangers, the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Carolina, Florida Panthers. That's it. 5 or 6 games of the 23 again, the best in NHL. Same situation with Seven Montebo, by the way. So, Marco, if I listen you properly, the Montreal Canadiens management go at the opening night or for the upcoming season to say, you know what? We're going to play for only evaluate players. We have players talk about playoff at the golf tournament. We have players said we have a chance to make the playoff this year. The players believe they can make the playoff. And then the management said, hey boys, no, 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 no. We are here to evaluate players. We want to know this year, guys, what you look like. From that, next season, we'll go to, again, see, and then we'll go to trade you or not. But wait a minute, Marco. Next year, we have Demidov is coming. Maybe Owen Beck is coming. Maybe Logan Mailloux is coming. Maybe Dobez is coming. Now, next year, Marco, you go to tell me, wait. Evaluation, Marco, we go to evaluate again next year. Because this, you apply this year with Primo, Montembeault, Kirby Dach, Hudson, Jekai, Strobel, Heineman, Kapanen. Next year, we're going to have 4 or 5 rookies. So next year, Marco, we're going to be on the same boat. Evaluating again. Evaluate. So how many years we're going to be only a team to evaluate? That's not make sense to me. If the Montreal Canadiens management are going to start the season thinking we only go there to evaluate our players, we're going to have a really long, impossible, not successful rebuilding if we only make the NHL players to evaluate them. If you follow again, Marco, if they evaluate, but why Caden Coley play on the right side? Why Kirby Dach play as a winger? Why you evaluate Alex Newhook on the second line? How the purpose of the game is to about evaluate players? Is it winning the game or only to looking for the progression of the players? I don't know. I don't have the right answer. I just talk about what I see and respond for what you get, the guys. The problem in our tap for Jerry, he carry on a 5-year contract at $5.5 million. I think that would be too much for the Montreal Canadiens to get that one. That will come, guys, on my next question. Are the Montreal Canadiens, what do you do with Primo? Waive him? Trade him? Send him a Laval? Buy out? Then who do you get? Do you recall a goalie from Laval? Do you trade from a goaltender in American Hockey League? Do you try to get a goalie from Detroit Red Wings or a goalie from Minnesota Wild, Marc-André Fleury? But Montreal Canadiens cannot go and out for evaluate Montembeault for the all year long. Jarry, guys, carry on at $5.3 million for the next 4 years or the next 3 years after the season. Too much money for the Montreal Canadiens to give to Jarry and to have a goaltender like him right there. A couple. But every time you put Primo, guys, what do you think the player will go to thinking? Again, I just said to keep Jake Allen. 7, Andrew Hammond. I don't know yet. He's doing right now. The hamburger time. Montreal Canadiens, Caden Primo, I believe, was drafted in 2018. I believe Montreal Canadiens, Primo is 24 years old, 25 years old. I believe Primo has been in hockey professional with American Hockey League and the Montreal Canadiens for over 6-7 years. A2 agree. And Rabinac predict 1 goal, 56 assists for Hudson. The Flyers going to win on the shootout? No. We have a stop by Tippett. I think we see live the shootout now. Mark, is it Uso a Kakkonen? Possible. Celebrini, guys, on the shootout. We are live from the Wells Fargo Arena. Celebrini pick up the puck. It's coming now. Looking left and right. Celebrini firing the puck. Shoot the puck. Save. Marco, you're right about Laney. I agree with Laney. You're absolutely right about this, David. But yesterday, Martin St. Louis did a good move. Mishkov, guys, shoot out. Score. Martin St. Louis make a good move yesterday. I don't know who he's coming from, but honestly, remove Primo after the goal number 5. I don't think so, by the way, to push the rebuilding faster or quicker. Good point, PLW. Great point, A2, about that. Now we need the Flame win tonight. Nashville take the lead 1-0. Evangelista score second goal of the year. I don't think so. In our top 3 years, now you're going to block Tobes, you're going to block Fuller, I think I'll not get there in our top. Kakonen is right there for cheap. I think Fleury could be one of them. Jack Campbell, yeah. Not a bad idea, I too. All right, I'll be honest with you. If you look his performance since he played the Laval Rocket and the NHL, I don't think so. Primo is going to be a good goalie in NHL. If you don't have any goalie with experience, guys, playing in NHL, keep Primo. Keep Primo. I think Tobesh is not ready yet for the NHL. I think a goaltender like Stephen White said, I believe, is 100 to 150 game, and American Hockey before, and maybe is Marek. You know, guys, sometimes PLW is smart. Great comment, PLW. I love this one. Not pushing the rebuild faster. I really agree with you, David. Good comments. Good point, Steven. Here we go, guys. Is it the time for the Montreal Canadiens to put Lane Hudson on the power play number one? The Flame take the lead 1-0. The Flame and Patrick Lewhite make some money again. Chin chin, chin chin for Patrick Lewhite. Jonathan Huberdeau score. And the Flame take the lead 2-0. Danny T, the navigator, the driver of the boat, is in the house tonight. Danny is have a new job now. He's the captain of the cruise boat from Miami to Bahamas. I feel the same way, Marco. Marco, can I give you another job? No, I have that job here. Another job for Marco. Marco, you said to me, it's about evaluating players. So put Lane Hudson on the power play number one. And Rabinov also, A2, I already see you and now at home screaming to put him on the power play number one. Thanks for all the live we got so far, guys. And this, I believe, that's the reason I feel like the Montreal should make some kind of. Great point, Marco. If you think about this, Marco and A2 and everybody else, guys, to use Lane Hudson, that will remove pressure, less time, and better use Mike Madison with fresh leg at the crucial moment in the game. At the end of the game, I think Mike Madison should be in front of Lane Hudson, in my opinion, if they lead the game. But Mike Madison with 27 minutes already is not the same Mike Madison at the beginning of the game, at the end of the game. That's the reason I said that. Now, Pale, you can drain with money now. Chin chin. But it'll be really interesting what Montreal Canadiens are going to do. Now, guys, I have 3 more subjects for you tonight. It's 10 o'clock. I'm going to sit a bit longer. Why not? Why not? I want to talk about the Rocket and the pipeline for the Montreal Canadiens. Marco talked earlier, guys. The Montreal Canadiens are evaluate players. I'm not disagree with him about that, by the way. But maybe not here. Maybe here. If you look, guys, about the Montreal Canadiens, rough year, right? The Laval Rocket, I believe, had the potential to have players with the Montreal Canadiens next season, or at least the next 2 seasons. I'm talking about Tobesh, Owen Beck, Logan Mailloux, and Joshua Roy. 4 of them could be with the Montreal Canadiens next season. Then, we don't know what could happen with Adam Ekstrom. It may be 2 years. Florent Jacquet, 2 years. Philippe Mazard, 2 years. And Jared Davidson, 2 years. I believe they are the next 4 players for the Montreal Canadiens from the Laval Rocket could be part of the Montreal Canadiens. Not guaranteed. I'm not saying they will. I just give you what they have in Laval Rocket, in my opinion. Why not Luke Tuck? I still believe Luke Tuck is not going to be a consistency player. Now, I could be wrong about Luke Tuck, but I did not put Tuck there. You can add Tuck there if you want to. But this is what they have. You have the kit line, Davidson, Mazard, and Roy. On the first line, you have Joshua Roy. I don't see Kidney and Farrell. On defenseman, I don't see Trudeau and the rest of the players there. Only Mailloux and Ekstrom. Now, it's not too bad. And then on the pipeline for the Montreal Canadiens, you have Demidov, Fowler, Michael Edge, and Oliver Kapanen. I believe, in my opinion, they are the next 4 players with Tobesh, Beck, Mailloux, Roy, could be a part of the long future with the Montreal Canadiens. This is pretty good. Then you have Thorpe, Rover, Harris, Konishkov, and Volenkin. No clue what they're going to look like the next 3 years. Something with Engström, Jacquet, Mazard, Davidson. So Montreal Canadiens, they could have 8 players right now from the pipeline and the Laval Rocket and the next 2 years. That's give them 8. They have player draft Cooley as the defenseman. They have a player draft Lane Hudson as the defenseman. That give them now 10 player draft by the Montreal Canadiens. They have Strobel. Can he be there? That will give them 11. On the forward, Caufield draft, that's 12. Slafkovsky draft, that's 13. Could be that New Hook. Laney is coming from UFA, or trade, I apologize. Jake Evans, RHP draft for the Montreal Canadiens. I'm not sure they will be there a long term. Gallagher, draft for the Montreal Canadiens, I'm not sure. So Montreal Canadiens have the potential in the next 2 years to have a minimum of 12, 13, 14 NHL draft. That's pretty good. But what's the point behind that, coach? My point, guys, I was said today, like I said the last freaking month, the Montreal Canadiens fans, the media fans, the media in Montreal have to understand the Montreal Canadiens, they have to progress those players again for a minimum 2 or 3 years. This is the reality behind that. Because you're going to use players and NHL did not play any game for the next 2 years. And I'm not talking about yet the NHL draft 2025. This is the reality behind that. And we don't talk about Ray Barker yet because he's on injury reserve. You're absolutely right, Marco. That's game name now maybe 14 NHL draft. Said that, my point behind that, guys, is this part. They have two different kind of rebuilding. A little bit faster, a little bit longer. If I did an evaluation before the show, I was boring. I don't know want to sleep. If you look about the Dallas Star, the Toronto Maple Leaf, the Detroit Red Wings, the Ottawa Senators, the Columbus Blue Jackets, during the time they rebuilt, the Toronto trade for John Tavares. They add a piece of the puzzle. Not become successful, an NHL playoff team, but they make a trade for that. During the time they was rebuilding, the Florida Panthers trade for Reynard and Sam Bennett. During the rebuilding team, Tampa trade for Rand McDonald. The Ottawa Senators, during the rebuilding team, they trade for Alex DeBrincat and they sign Claude Giroux. The Colorado Avalanche trade Ryan O'Reilly, Matt Duchene during the rebuilding team. The Edmonton Oilers trade Tyler Hall, Jordan Eberle during the rebuilding team. What's the point, coach? But Montreal Canadiens, guys, have at some point to make some trade. To helping the Montreal Canadiens did the trade for Patrick Laine. If you have to have a little bit a faster rebuilding or to a little bit helping the Montreal Canadiens have to make another trade next season to helping the different position they have a lack. Goaltender, right defenseman, a top 6 forward. I don't have no answer yet. After I evaluate 12 different winner of the Stanley Cup rebuilding team, after I evaluate those 12 teams are decide to be rebuilding team, I'll become successful in NHL. It take an average of 7 years. And again, I'm going to repeat that. 7 years. Before that team become a consistency winner and the playoff team. Now, it's not perfect. Toronto become quicker. But they never cross the first round. Most of the team have one run in the playoff during those 7 years. It could be year number 4, year number 5, year number 6. Some of them barely make a second time, not a back-to-back, but 2 years after that. The New Jersey Devils did it 2 years ago. And look what happened last year. They regress. They get another great pick. Now they all look good this year. But they trade. They got Timo Meier a couple of years ago. They signed Palat a couple of years ago. So this is the reality of what the Montreal Canadiens fans have to face. It's a long process of 7 years, in my opinion. So when we said Montreal Canadiens next year, not good enough. The Montreal Canadiens, after that, they're going to be a little bit more closer. Not guaranteed to make the playoff, but they're going to compete very, very good. This is is it the best? They have no perfect path, I will say this with you. Some team make a quick trade at the beginning, year number 3. Some team add a UFA to push the... Look, the Rangers did it with Panarin. They trade for Fox. Now I look about the Montreal Canadiens and the Dallas Star. I think for me, the Dallas Star is the only team have a team built with the draft picks. Most of them, the base of the core is coming for the NHL draft picks. And the turnover of the Dallas Star guys happening in 2017. The, the Dallas Star 2017, they trade or they pick Jason Robinson, Mikko Eskinen, and Jake Ottinger. That year, that NHL draft, the Dallas Star become a team never miss the playoff after that. They always been on the top team. And by the way, and 3 years after that, that team make the final Stanley Cup again at Tampa Bay Lightning, if I can recall it properly. Sometimes a 1 year NHL draft could change and push quicker the rebuilding team. The Montreal Canadiens right now, that will be the team I have to figure out next year if they want to bring someone inside of this organization to helping the young player for the Montreal Canadiens. The NHL draft of 2023 of Montreal Canadiens is going to be one of the most participities of the NHL draft, I believe, and we're going to remember in the next 10 years. They select Uri Sakoski, they select Owen Beck, and they select Lane Hudson. They are going to be three of those players play a specific role at long term with the Montreal Canadiens. The time will tell us, but we just remember that year for the Montreal Canadiens. That will be the core of the Montreal Canadiens. When you evaluate the rebuilding team, take 7 years to make at least one time the playoff. This is, guys, most of them. It's not the perfect for every team, but this happening. It takes 10 years to reach the Stanley Cup final and to win the Stanley Cup. Or you can add the UFA and the trade I just mentioned to you to quicker the process of the rebuilding team. It's not said it's perfect. It's not said it gives you a success right away, because at the end of the day, a team like the Toronto Maple Leafs get quicker because they got John Tavares with a three-player core. But at the end, Colorado tied the game 1-1. Tevin Tays scored his first goal of the year, by the way. That time, Marco, Seguin Eben was with the Dallas Star, I believe, at that year on that. So what they decided to rebuild in 2008, there's been 7-8 years where the NHL draft guy, we always said the draft of the NHL is good with the Dallas Star. The Dallas Star changed the personnel of the development scouting and the coaching director of the scouting, and one Jim Neal show up in 2016-17. And that's the reason why that team become better. And they use the process to trade or sign UFA Jimmy Benn, Dallas again. But the core of that team guy came for the NHL draft. They get Arley also. You're welcome, PLW. But that gives you an idea, guys, what I believe. The Montreal have to be patient. That's the Montreal Canadiens are going to play with a player at the first year in NHL. And because Montreal is going to be one of the youngest teams, like the Anaheim Ducks, but they would take, again, a little bit longer if they don't push the process faster by making a trade to sign a UFA to helping the top six for the Montreal Canadiens. That's just, for me, when you look about everything happening, this is the way I see the Montreal Canadiens. So when Marco said the evaluation at the beginning of the show, during the show, or he said the Montreal Canadiens are just focusing to see what they look like, and they don't want to push the process faster, but Montreal Canadiens fans have to accept that situation. Said that, that's not acceptable to see Montreal Canadiens does not play with effort, consistency, performance better, and I can go all the way. The Canada Hurricanes score 2-1. What a year, guys, by Eric Robinson. Sometimes you add some kind of player, guys, get that chemistry. And Eric Robinson, guy with Martin Nekash. Remember, guys, everybody was straight to make Martin Nekash. Marco and me, we said during the World Championship how Nekash he could become a solid player in NHL. It was just a question of time, and he did this year. And honestly, Marco, it's possible to compare because the results are there. It's rare to see a team rebuilding and become a team make a contender. Now, he said, yes, the Toronto Maple Leafs, 3 years after that, they start to make the playoff with Matthews. You're right. Make a playoff is one step. But to go deep in the playoff, it take another step. And that's the reason I said it would take 7 years to get there. This is the path. This is what you take for Tampa. That's what you take for Colorado. That would take for Chicago. That would take the Los Angeles Kings. And the Chicago Blackhawks, when they got Taze and Kane, they pushed the team quicker to reach that level right away after that. It took 3 years after a Kane draft pick, I believe, of 2007. So you cannot compare, but the facts are there. So it's up to you if you want to say compare or not compare. Now, it's not perfect for everything because the Buffalo Sabres has never been there. But look about the Sabres yesterday, guys. They make trade, but they don't have right there a lot of missing piece of the puzzle, the Buffalo Sabres. The Detroit Red Wings with Steve Eiserman, the plan and the Tampa Bay was excellent. But the plan after that with the Detroit changed the direction. We trade a couple of players. But at the end of the day, that's what they look like. Yeah, no guarantee after that. I agree with you. I'm sorry about that. There'll be something to analyze, guys, a little bit later. If the Jets make it, guys, how they build that team, the Jets, and how the Florida Panthers build that team. They have something similar with both teams. We can talk about this tomorrow night. We're missing a couple of likes to get 40 tonight. If you don't mind, that'd be great. Guys, that's what I got for you tonight for your Habs Nation podcast. And that's concluded under the show tonight. A lot of great conversation, guys. Sometimes I get hype. Sometimes I get hot. Sometimes I get angry. Sometimes I get upset. Sometimes I get frustrated. Some kind I get disappointed. But one thing I never lose is I love each one of you. Whatever I agree, disagree with you, with fun opinion, just remember that. I love each one of you in the chat. Whatever you come here every night, one time, two time, subscriber or not, member or not, super chat or not, I don't care. You are the reason I stay strong during my challenge. You are the reason why I keep fighting. You are the reason I show up every day. That's the reason I love to be here because each one of you. See, if you feel yourself, you don't make it friends in life, but you are wrong because you make me happy. You make me pushing. You make me stronger. You make me to show up. You make me to be here for each one of you because you are there for me. It's my job to be here for each one of you. So I just want to say to you, I'm thankful and grateful, and I love each one of you. Until then, my friend, that's the reason Here we go. That's conclude another Habs Nation Show with the hockey coach, Coach Francis directly of beautiful country of Thailand. An amazing, great Monday start of the week. Yesterday, now we have Tuesday and Thailand. Time to do something else to make my day better and stronger. Until then, my friend, remember, be well, be L. Find a way not only to dominate your day, but find a way to dominate the second half or what? Someone said 2024. Had an amazing great night, everybody. Sweet dream. Don't forget to be back tomorrow night for the notebook with Marco Larabé and myself, maybe someone else. We'll see what happened about that. And we want to thank our moderator, Danny, Luciano, and our tap, and One Week Kings. And then we thank Larry Lavalley for his participation tonight. We want to thank everybody to be a part of the show tonight. And don't forget to come back tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. And Wednesday night, we do the Laval Rocket. Congratulations for PLW for delivery is great. Winner Chin Chin money tonight. Thanks so much. Roy, A2, Pete Martin, Nicolas de Gobi Bonno from Sherbrooke. Ari, welcome back again. Have a great night, Ari. Mac Elliott, Anna Rabinoff, Marco Larabi, and our tap, and many others, guys. You're welcome, Larry. Have an amazing, great night, everybody. Have a sweet dream. And remember, guys, try to be your best version of yourself. Here we go. Oh, 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 oh. It's coming. Booyah!